can go through the Braum with the E tether, but it's Lucian Braum. That's why you pick the Lucian. That's one of the weaknesses of being on red side and picking the Lucian first, is that it's very obvious that Braum is coming out. So as you were mentioning, Peter could have...
The early fights around these grubs, the skirmishes, is going to be really pivotal, right? And when we get to the mid-game, that's when this game will probably be decided, right? Where Diablo and Vikla sets up the shove, Diablo looks to burst somebody down, Clear drops an equalizer, you kill somebody. But the same is true of KT, or as Peter is lurking. Vikla found.
Gonna drop down a wall, but it gets denied as the flash away. Peter's going in, but there's 0 follow-up damage. Vikla totally fine, gonna get the plant on top of it all. And now Peter's way too deep, should be first blood, given over to the side of Diablo's Lucian.
The equalizer gonna prevent them from following up on this as well. That's a level 4 Corki. Might just look for a bit of a smite steal. I think that's the best they can hope for.
Yeah, I mean, Duckdown's pretty healthy, so he's trying to frontline here, but now he's just going to get engaged on. Has to flash away. The steal does come through, though. Cuz going to be good on the smite button, as he always is. TP comes back from Peter, but the rest of KT is so low. Nobody can help this Leona. And yeah, you got the Drake, but now you're 2,000 gold behind KT.
Yeah, that was
a massive fight.
Big disaster from KT. They were able to get the smite steal with Cuz, but I think that was the best they could have hoped for. Perfect goes in with his ult as well. He's hoping, oh, these health bars are so low. Keep digging. I mean, trying to dig out is maybe not the right metaphor here, but he is going to be able to pick up a plate, at least in the bottom side. But this is 3 grubs, 2 B&K. They don't have the stronger side laning team, but it's denial of the powerful side laning that we've talked about here in KT's draft. So that feels fantastic. On top of the gold lead they already have, and maybe they could even set something more here up. Vikla's almost got his Weaver's Wall back online.
5 people. Already the damage is coming in. TPs from both mid laners will join up, as now Perfect just trying to survive the public execution, but already a bit low. See the BNK. Everybody grouping up for this one. Flash forward from BDD just to get away from the seismic shove.
Use that wave clear to try to cost BNK some minions. Don't think he'll even get that as Vikla rotates over very quickly. And the Dragon is a trade leading into Cloud Soul here for game 1. And so far, holding on to the lead pretty well. Sure, it's not as big as it was. Like, it's shrunk a little bit, but you could just use the advantages you have now to hold on to this game. Maybe get more.
Yeah, they're just going to find Peter here, Cuz nearby, but now we got a wall as Vikla will join up, and Peter going to get knocked back, and no escape for him. That's a nice little pick. They were just kind of hanging around that Drake and not really doing anything about it, trying to get vision down, and they also get punished for sticking around too long.
Leona can do this when your teammates are nearby. You take so much damage. Like, Keria is such a master at this. We've seen Lahens be a master at this. Even Kellen
should be able to.
I think so.
I think just the fact they had so much damage on the turret as the plates go down. And right there, KT's going to pick up that first turret as Diablo just alone in mid lane, trying to set up a play on a Diablo who does not respect it, but he gets away somehow. And now they're so deep behind the turrets of B&K, and they do get punished immediately for that. Duck Dom should be going down here on top of it all. Double kill for Vikla. And they're even looking for a bit more, but it looks like KT should get out.
I mean, this is another of those moments for Diablo where you're like, man, you're really walking a tightrope. I guess this time you get punished, but in fact, and Drake spawning in 40 seconds here. They have Herald to gain prio. They could just get a free turret here in the bottom lane. That looks like is exactly what they're going to do. But look at the vision. Like, KT weren't even really planning on showing up. They're like, well, I guess we'll just casually grab a turret here as well. And I think KT's best counterplay, cross map, if you will, is to try to grab mid turret. And even that seems a bridge too far. BDD is alone in the top lane. Let's see, how good's your driving?
He could get this mid turret if he actually has good driving. He's not going to go for it.
You know, the Corki as well, looking for that 2-item spike. Like, he's 0 and 1. It's just that the Lucian is so big. That's the bigger problem. Not the KDA of the Corki or Duckdom's play in this game. It's just that Diablo's so fed early. BDD is not going to get punished here. Has that Pantheon to shadow him, which is why we're talking about Rise Ambessa so strong with Pantheon insides in this game. And even Realm Warp is available for BDD on the side of this fight. I think they're just going to push another wave in and say, that's my turret.
Yeah.
And there's, like, the side lanes aren't side laning for KT. They're trying to defend this turret and failing, and so they get nothing. There is no cross map. only solo though, so the resistances here are not being shred by BNK. I love how they're playing this. They're just like, no, Raptor can tank this by himself. We're just gonna go Prio or bust. Look at the flank angle from Vikla as well. He can punish the advance.
They are so ready to fight. Like, they are just so ready. The wall is perfect. Cuz is totally caught out, and down he will go. Now you don't have a smite, and they keep the Otacon leash. BNK are playing this perfectly, and KT don't really have an answer.
Now there's just no smite for KT.
Oh, and Peter just kind of hanging around. It looks like he might go down as well. They're trying to fight 4v5 as perfect execution is going to miss. They do get Kellen, but that is it. As the Otacon will go down. BNK picks that up as well.
I don't know if I've seen a cleaner Otacon take from a Rise team this season. They had full control of the bottom lane. They put Raptor on it, so the rest of the team pushes up.
Again, this is what BNK wants.
Yeah, I would rather have PD in the top lane where they just kind of stay around here and have a Rise side lane. Instead, they want a team fight.
Oh boy, they're gonna catch Clips again! And now the Equalizer comes down. He has to flash away. He might just burn away. At the same time, just barely gonna live. And it's an obvious Drake that goes over to BNK with Cuz nowhere near. And they don't even get the kills, but I think BNK are totally fine with the way that one played out.
I mean, BDD doesn't have teleport.
Uh-oh.
And they just have no vision. The whole map is black.
Duckdom can't be the guy that's going through the bush, too, you know? It's got to be Peter, and now he's going to go. He gets exhausted, and unfortunately has to engage now. They do get on top of Vikla, but he just flashes away. Nice, though, as Vikla is getting low. They do take out BDD on the backside of this fight. The fight very broken up, but full health bars for BNK on the back line. But Raptor will go down, it looks like, in a trade for Cuz. And so it's 2 for 2. Diablo continues, as he always does, and looks to push for more. As now they go in. Perfect's got to be careful. He gets concussively blowed, and that's going to be the end of him.
Yeah, I guess he just thought his Maw was going to be enough there against the magic damage coming out from Clear. It certainly was not. He gets stunned by the concussive blows and just gets burst down.
Is looking pretty free for the side of BNK.
And BNK's defensive takes. Okay, we're trying to trade for Baron.
All right. We're just going to send it.
I mean, BDD was lurking there, waiting for this play. As soon as they commit it, he goes for this. Equalizer's dropped early.
Yeah, they're just going to try to take the fight without Raptor, it looks like. But the smite should go the way of KT if they have the damage, but they don't. They're just going to pull off of the Baron. And the Gambit does not pay off, and Cloud Soul is secured here for BNK. Yeah, I do like how they're trying to send it. You know, it's like some big risks being taken, but it's not a risk if you don't really lose anything off of the back of it, I suppose.
It's just the way that KT is playing this constantly feels like they're trying to force a mistake, and BNK are just like, nah.
Cuz is very far up in his own jungle, thought he would be safe. He is Pantheon, but the knockback gets him. And that's going to be the 6th kill here for the side of Diablo.
Vikla just keeps, he just finds somebody, he shoves them, and they die. And every time he finds the Pantheon, it's been working out.
They're just playing it so patiently. Like, they're always ready to pull off of the objective. They're never fully committing. Even though there's no smite on the side of KT, they could just take the Baron. But no, they're just being so careful in this one. As they want to go for the turn here, the Solar Flare is actually really good from the side of Peter, and now the turn comes in as the Equalizer going to force KT in. Perfect, getting 2. As you go to the back line, it's a double kill actually for Duckdom, but nobody can deal with Clear as finally he goes golden. And I think the wallets might just be too heavy. It's actually very impressive that KT had to fight that close.
Yeah, they can't do Baron, of course, so it's somewhat of a win here for KT. And like, BNK...
Redemption going to spot this going down and kind of put the cap on this one, I would imagine. With Cloud Soul and with the Baron, you would imagine that BNK can just push in here. They have 6,000 gold to lead, and they're looking for anyone. Duckdom is going to Valkyrie away, and Diablo is leading the charge. Here's the wall, and Perfect has to flash away. Diablo still in the front line. He is going to cleanse, but now Perfect goes in, and Pantheon goes to the back line, but the wallets are just too heavy, and they were alone, the two of them, trying to dive on the Diablo, and he's going to be totally fine. Looks like BNK with this push will end this game.
I'm getting a little bit excited about BNK, Valdez. This team is super clean. Look at this fight, too. They know the threats. They know they can turn on Perfect. The Pantheon coming through. They turn back and burst him down. It's what looks like an overextension from Diablo there on the front line, but actually pulls KT in. He's so fed. He does so much damage. He's got the shield bow. 0 and 6 Pantheon here for Cuz. Constantly shoved in. Peter, a ragdoll in this first game, and BNK make a statement here at the start of the playoffs. the way they played those final few fights made you feel like maybe there was a 1% chance they could come back. Like the play was clean from Duckdom, perfect, getting into the back line, utilizing his champ well, avoiding some of those shoves.
They don't have enough damage.
Okay, so hear me out though. Like,
I'm listening.
If you go Blackfire Torch, Leandri's, like you kill the you kill the Cassante eventually, right? And and that is all you got to do in these early levels. As here comes Raptor. He's late though.
Here we go. Duckdom in a rough spot. They're going to heal. Diablo is getting pretty low, but they're not going to expect Raptor to show up, as now should be able to force this flash out of Peter. They get it there. And now they're on the chase here for Duckdom. Cuz is going to show up, and now the feathers pulled back. Raptor in a bit of trouble, has to flash himself. As now Duckdom just on the chase, the double flash follow. Gonna force that one out of Diablo 2. First blood given over to Duckdom.
Yeah, it's just too good of a trade for KT in the initial salvo. They end up getting such a health advantage that even though Raptor's first on the play, he's still just a trundle and is not able to solve things there in that bottom lane, and the rotation from Cuz comes in.
Yeah. That's just the thing about Sion, is that early actually his trading is kind of ridiculous. Guess who's back? Back again. It's Raptor in the bottom lane. As who could have expected this? Apparently not KT. As that's going to be the end of Duckdom. No flash available. Even Perfect has the flash. Was going to get flash shield bombed. And they knew it was happening. And I think KT just didn't expect them to heavily commit to it, which, as we know, this is what BNK loves to do, so they're going to say thank you for the leash.
And after game one, like, who could blame KT? It went so badly for them there. They're just not going to take that chance again. And BNK, no level 6 for either support. And BNK have already gotten the first grub smiteless here. I think KT is a little bit late on the play and just going to have to give this one up. Yeah,
the objective setups were so clean in game one. No reason to expect they're not going to be clean in game two. I mean, this is them right on the ball. Send Diablo mid already. Just 9 minutes into the game. They're going to send Vikla into the side lane. All the turrets have full plates, and KT, they want to go for a fight here. They're going to engage onto Alistair. Kellen says, well, okay, I'm going to lock you down with a stun, as in goes the Morgana with the ult. They're going to lock down Peter, and there's nothing that he can do. Rakan famously not very fun into the Morgana. Even in the mid lane, nice pullback here from the side of Duckdom. But now the follow-up comes in from Kellen and zones everybody away from Cuz, who was trying to get in there, trying to get that kill, but it's just going to go the way of Diablo instead. As now we got Perfect into this fight, it looks like maybe Diablo has stepped too far forward, and Perfect at least will get the shutdown onto him.
Still a really big win here for BNK, but for KT, you got at least one back in this exchange. But man, the fights,
like in these team fights, he just can't do anything.
I mean, it's just so easy to lock down anyone who's just running at you and then just say, well, I'm going to take half your health bar away, thank you very much. Fear does have flash and ult here, and he may simply have to find a forced angle here if they're going to win this fight.
Oh, BDD is getting massively chunked as well. They can't fight anymore. Here comes Sion into the backline, as now KT going to go for the engage. Big knockback here from Perfect. But they're already going to take down Diablo, and they might not have enough, although they are going to get the chomp here. Vikla goes down. BNK are trying to abandon ship, but another Sion Q, and the knock over the wall means that Peter has to get away. Raptor getting pretty low. BDD a bit out of mana, and I think that knockback does not hit means that the action will end a close fight in a close game.
Yeah, Peter.
And guess what? BNK say, well, that was cool and all. We're ready to fight again if you'd like. KT say, no thanks. It's Hextech Soul and Double Dragon here for BNK, so they are 2 steps ahead of KT.
BNK, all they really have to do is show up, feel that wave in mid, and they're ready to fight. And they've got choke point control here.
Yep, trying to get into that banana brush, and this is what BNK's comp does. They're looking for Duckdom. They're going to force his flash already. Kellen probably going to have to do the same, though, as here they go. The engage comes in from the side of KT. Diablo in a big world of hurt, gets super low. Meanwhile, Clear getting 1v1 by Perfect, who should take him down, and that will be the kill going to KT, and should be the Rift Herald as well.
Okay, they grab Rift Herald here. It's a really massive play from Cuz on the Flash Cyclone, and it's BNK that stepped just a bit too far forward, and even though Kellen has a black shield for the escape, the Cyclone is going to catch multiple members. Vikla here.
Vikla?
Just trying to be annoying.
He almost got it.
Sometimes you could steal those away with a cheeky burn. Not this time. I just don't think they'll be able to get it. And that's a huge win for BNK on the defense there. But that last fight puts him down in gold.
Uh-oh. Vikla. Oh, he's playing him with fire, and down he will go. BDD assassinates him. A little bit of help from Peter. But, yeah, Vikla He's gotten caught out once again. Thankfully, he gets to respawn.
Yeah. TP mid, and they are going to get this turret finally.
Yeah. Should be able to. Vikla is going to respect it. The gold pretty heavily in favor of KT at this point in time. Couple of big picks and fights as the Black Shield will go down on a Raptor. It's not going to save him, though, as he did not have the subjugate, it looks like. Meanwhile, underneath this turret, Clear continues to get bullied out. Down was a couple of levels, now it's 2. Diablo caught out by Peter, and down he will go in the mid lane.
And suddenly it's all falling apart, Valdez. KT just keep getting these picks, and this is not the same setup, not the same clean gameplay we saw from BNK just prior. It all starts with that Wukong flank, right? The overextension there, then the kill from Perfect in the top lane. Now the picks going into Vikla, then Diablo. 2 more kills over to KT. 4,000 gold is now their lead, as it's harder for KT to go in, and they're better if they have objective control and they look for a turn or a flank, a cutoff onto the back line like we saw from Cuz on the Herald fight. But if they don't answer this mid push, I mean, eventually Duckdom's going to get to this turret and they're going to start taking it down. It's going to get the ult out of Clear as well.
Yeah, Clear doesn't really get to play the game. Oh, the blinding on a BDD! The max range, and he is just out of this one. Shut down as Vikla.
It's hard to drop turret aggro as Morgana in this case, the Blackfire Torch.
Sure.
But he's a bit deep on that one. He got the binding.
Can they do Otacon? No, they're not
I don't think so.
Nah.
It's just not possible in this case, and they're not going to be able to defend their mid-inner either. As Duckdom is just like, well, BDD's dead.
But BDD very far away from his team, doesn't have his ult either. And it looks like they just want to turn on the BDD once again on the hunt. But this Otacon is certainly in danger. It might just come down to a flip as BDD, and it goes over to KT. They get the Otacon, but BDD is out of the fight. Vikla now able to flash away. Flash on in from the side of Duckdom, though, will take him out. As now, a little bit of a rough one, a little bit of a scuffle as in they go. The Cyclone is there. Kellen's still got his ult, but the massive play from Perfect is going to find everyone. And Diablo is not able to stand up to that, and KT knocked them down. The triple goes to Duckdom after the play from Perfect.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of resources going to the Sivir. The Sivir's on 3 items, but the 2.5 items. Xayah is now on 7 kills, 1,000 gold ahead on the Rift, and this is one of those games. You can see he has the highest experience on the whole Rift, and Vikla is now the target inside.
Yeah, ult's gonna come down here on a Peter, but there's really no escape for him as he doesn't have anywhere to go. Easy kill on the Vikla. Not gonna go for the Baron just yet, though.
Perfect here, still in control of this side lane. They get the pick top side. Don't think they can go for Baron, like you say. Have a 2-dragon lead. Can, though, fight for vision around it. They have a ton of vision set up deep into the jungle of BNK. It's really nothing that they are unaware of. Perfect is going to get engaged on, but he doesn't care.
Well,
he has a blast cone
is coming here, and they're doing Baron now. They're all chasing Cassante.
And there's no vision here, actually, for BNK.
Yeah, this
on
is
the Baron.
The most BNK play we've seen this series.
Must kill champion!
Yeah, and they will. They definitely will. I hope they at least get the kill over to Diablo as they get the news about, that will go over to Diablo. It's actually a lot of gold, but I don't think that KT care. They have 44 petals, Baron buff, Otacon, double Hextech Drake. They have a massively fed AD carry, a lot more fed than the Sivir, although now without Cassante, trying to make a play here is
Ellen
BNK.
On the flank, maybe he could actually headbutt Duckdom. Duckdom has ult, though, and Ghost.
Yeah, Cuz gonna find him. Kellen, considering what he wants to do here, is gonna go for the ults. There's the flash on in, but the follow-up is just non-existent. And now KT does come in. The callback is massive from the side of Duckdom, and the damage is there. Diablo not quite able to do the same. And it looks like this might just do it here in this fight. KT roll over them and take them down.
KT Rolster in a phenomenal position now in this game to just end it. They have Baron. 25 seconds left on the Sivir, which is the main source of wave clear. I think KT just have enough damage.
Yep, they can easily take this one up. And with the Baron buff especially, they will be able to get on in and take down this Nexus. As Kellen and Raptor not going to be able to do anything. KT strike back, and we do indeed have a series on our hands.
This has been a good one, man. I'm really enjoying both sides
B&K gonna have to go back to the drawing board. At least they'll get blue side for the first time in the series. But yeah, this came down to a lot of great fights, some clutch moments from players on the side of KT. Might be the answer here into the Annie.
I mean, it gives you so much consistent damage, and B&K just don't have that. If you can burst down the Aatrox on a flank too, like the cool thing about this draft for KT into Aatrox, if he's flanking...
It did look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Yeah. Threatened, BDD got him to rocket jump out of there. But ultimately not too much. They are going to lose control of this dragon.
I mean, they see Raptor. Cuz is pretty low, clear. Oh, the flash comes out, and he should be able to get this dragon, but Cuz might be in a world of hurt. He's actually taking the trade decently against Clear, but eventually the rest of the team comes in, and Clear just stabs him with the sword. His first blood given over to the Aatrox.
That's really tricky for Cuz to try to maximize the damage to get into smite range there quickly enough. I think B&K is calling the Infernal Dragon right now, asking him why he's not in the pit.
Yeah.
Where are you? Who are you with?
I've called you 3 times already. Why didn't you answer the phone?
Kellen with a nice angle here.
Yeah, Duckdom kind of in an awkward spot, and that's going to be the end of him. Hide on Bush works out very well, and they'll give this kill over to Diablo, of course, as he picks up 300 gold.
That's a pretty massive play there. Kellen just finds an angle there. A lot of greed from Duckdom, doesn't have his flashback yet, and that's what they were planning for. And that kill alone is just grub control. The cross map is an attempt onto Vikla, but he is totally fine. And that's a big win. You know, the side laning Tristana would have loved to have some grubs. Gonna be grubless here in game 3.
Yeah. We'll see if they can do the run grubless again, as they did in game number 2 and in game number 1, although they didn't complete that run. Now they'll engage on a Tristana. Very difficult to be utilized.
Cuz has
putting on that pressure.
Not been as impactful in ganks as Diablo is possibly in danger here. Peter has flash and heal. Doesn't want to commit. But
who's slow?
Yeah, he really is. I was just going to mention, though, that the farm here for Cuz has gotten so many Scuttlecraft is pretty huge, as we are going to see a TP flank from BDD. Yeah, he's 100% dead.
He's just 100% dead. He does have his flash, but he's not even going to use it, as eventually the kill is given over to BDD, as once again, Hide on Bush, and now the Tristana.
Definitely should go to BDD. He picks it up, and B&K first on Dragon here after the reset. Looks like they may be able to even out Drakes, as KT are just a little bit too far behind on the play. So this is a nice little prize. Not sure how this all eventuated outside of KT looking for some recalls there as the Dragon was spawning. The Soul is Hex Tech again.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty massive as the flash comes in. They want to punish Kellen, and they absolutely will. Another kill given over to the Tristana as the pull comes in, kind of pushing him out of that one. Very confusing. Now Raptor in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. Gets hit by the first shot. It looks like he might just be going down. Fourth shot hits him, and Peter says, "That's my kill. Don't you dare steal it away."
Well, a little bit of extra money on that Nico. I think he didn't want to push him into the wall there because it would have pulled him out, so he tried to spin it around, but it didn't work. As perfect.
Trade in the top lane. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they do with the Q3 and another support kill. Kellen, I have no idea how he even got that. Did he just auto kill him, or did the Storm like do enough damage?
Yeah, I'm not actually 100% sure. That it's definitely not ideal when you commit that to kill Iridectin, and the kill goes that way. Is overcommit.
Okay. Baited, I suppose. And we're just continuously fighting here. Guess who's back again? It's Raptor, as Duckdom, he is going to flash and barrier. Root comes down though, and Raptor is just going to be outplayed once again. Duckdom will collect the kill this time.
If he didn't have summoners, I think it's a great play. But he barriers first, flashes away, gets the root under turret, and goodbye Skarner. 2 overforces here from Raptor, who only knows one mode. Maybe he should learn the other one in this game, as Kellen looks for an engage on the Cuz, but the Perfect's here.
Yeah, World Ender. I don't know if it's going to get him out, though. Cuz very fast. The extra movement speed from the World Ender, so he actually does kind of just walk it off.
Yeah, didn't even have to use his rocket belt. Ooh. Is on the clock here, but it's enough time to where KT can actually reset. Gonna clear that wave in mid. BD hide on Bush.
Yep, gonna hide on in there. Vikla just gonna throw his whole combo down, but Raptor was here, and so was the rest of the team. BDD goes in, gets baited by the Annie, and that is going to be the end of him.
And kind of a weird exchange there, but BNK just ready to spring onto BDD as soon as he jumps out of the bush there. They're going to try to trade this for mid-turret, but it's too healthy. There's only a small wave here. Vikla can TPN, gets caught.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at Vikla, and they do get him. The question is, do they get out? The very angry Tibbers and this Aatrox even angrier. Clear trying to do a lot of damage to Duck. I'm going to change over to Cuz. Now the rest of the team is trying to join in here as BNK, they smelled a fight from across the map and they come on in. The Magnet Storm, the circles, the ults on top of them are pretty huge. They don't get any kills though. Lots of damage, but nothing to show for it. And now BDD able to come on back and help out with the kill.
The damage is too late. Diablo shows up way too late with his ultimate there. They had all the tools. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta win the fight basically instantly as BNK, otherwise there's just too much follow-up in KT's composition, and BDD was dead until he wasn't. TP's in and makes the play there. Bit of an error in judgment from BNK.
And now they're gonna be able to pick up this first Hex-Tech Drake that comes onto the map. BNK not in position for that one, although Cuz kind of a awkward spot, gets denied at the disengage cone. He does have a BDD though.
Maybe there's, you know, no rotation over from KT. They could extend the play. Just not a whole lot of vulnerable spots on the map outside of trying to get this Jhin. And again, we tried to get this Jhin.
All right, they're gonna get the Jhin. They did it, Wolf.
Okay.
And they got a bonus Peter. Okay.
And this time, Vikla shows up.
That's huge.
That extra member of Peter going down is also a ton of gold. They have a gold lead now.
Cuz, no way. No way. This is insane. And they have more. They've got Impale. I mean, they didn't use everything in the last fight, and KT trickle in. BNK are just getting so much free stuff.
Yeah, Clear also just pushing inside by himself here. The inner is going to go down. They have the threat on this bottom inner turret now, and BDD is cut off. They should be able to get 2 inners out of this. Just a big mistake from KT is completely punished.
It's crazy.
And I guess if at first you don't succeed, try again. Eventually they get ducked on. Eventually this Jhin pick leads to an explosion of gold. It's a swing of, what, 4,000 gold, I believe, on the play here, BNK.
BNK say, well, we could just take this.
I mean, Kellen has Flash Magnet Storm. He's got control of this Tri-Brush. Good luck getting in, KT.
Yeah, it looks like they want to turn. Jhin ult is out. The Rift Herald is out here. They have Vision with the Nico clone. Feels like KT are doing a decent job as now the engage from the Rift Herald is coming on in. Gonna get the knockout on 2. And looking for Vikla as well, but now Perfect's just so far away from the fight. The 3-man knockup and the steal does come in from Cuz, but it's still 2 kills to the Aatrox. And maybe a little bit more. No, the Hexgate is going to get him out. The disengage Hexgate you don't see every day.
Yeah, pretty rare in a situation like this, but it does work. They're trying to get more out of this, though, because they just gave up the Otacon. They want to get additional kills here. As Cuz gets the stolen Impale, it does not really save them in the fight, but it is enough to help them secure the Otacon and get most of those lives saved.
He's got Flash. I just don't know if it matters as he is going to hit him away. The jump is denied and BDD is so low. Will he go down to the rel? Looks like he will. Kellen picks up the kill.
A little bit less mysterious this time on the Kellen kill.
Even the play on the bottom lane where he went all in onto Vikla, with Vikla didn't have his stun. But the entire team of BNK just immediately just rotated down and they were already there. They were on Vision.
Who needs Smite when you've got an Aatrox and a misfortune to take a Dragon as well?
Yeah.
Free Dragon for BNK as KT were all grouped on the top side of the map, and more fair to the spectators if they just hid the Aatrox health bar. Just keep it a mystery, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think maybe fans watching might be like, I think he's in danger. I think he might get hurt.
I thought you meant give everybody Sundered Sky, but that's a different discussion. World Ender coming in here. Claire is very much dead, as it just depends on who's going to get the kill. And they're going to try to give this one over to BDD. Eventually, surely, yeah, okay, there you go. 575 gold.
Bit of a caster curse on that one, on the Sundered Sky. Stop that healing. They got the Chemtech Dragon as well.
They did.
Peter?
Okay, going all in on a Clear. He has his flash, but he doesn't have much else. He is going to get jumped on once again by BDD as the Q2 is going to hit, but eventually he just goes down. So now KT, very awkward spot, though.
Now the strategy is to spoon feed BDD with Aatrox. He enjoys it, but will it get out?
All right, well, Peter... Okay, he's going to try to run away from this one, but BNK are closing the distance very quickly. KT's just going to leave Peter to the fishes. And with TP available 20 seconds, maybe they could try to start this Baron. We see a lot of go pings already, and here we go.
I think this is definitely a wise choice. Peter is down. I mean, he doesn't have his ult anyways here. Cuz, on the other hand, does have Magnet Storm. Tristana TP's back in. This is a fairly risky call here from BNK, but they have the setup. Need to see Kellen, I think, positioned around that entry point. Vikla, though, he's the one on the flank.
Duckdown doesn't have flash. I think they want to punish this. You saw Vikla, as you mentioned. Maybe looking for that stun angle.
Target selection has to be good here from KT.
A lot of damage in on a clear. The turn on a VDD, though. They're not going to get him. He flashes out of this one as the Magnet Storm pulls in from Cuz, and he's doing quite a lot of damage in that back line. Not able to, finally they do get Diablo actually on the backside of this fight, and Raptor not able to do anything by himself. VDD cleans up, and KT clean up. They should be able to take this Baron. Even with these low health bars, they will go for it.
You don't kill BDD. You're probably not going to win that fight. Cuz has so much lifesteal. He's so tanky. He has Azonias in his inventory. He farmed so hard. Look at how much farm he has over Raptor. He's had it the whole game. Like, he's just been way out farming this Skarner, and now he's starting to farm some kills as well. It's a massive Sylas. The Sylas pick coming up huge for KT. As did the Magnet Storm in that last fight. So the grubless Tristana, but a Tristana at level 16 nonetheless. But Baron, they just toss it in. Perfect.
Yeah, he's just getting CC'd down 100 to 0. He's just dead.
That's not great for KT.
I don't know how he got caught like that. He's Renekton with flash.
Almost winnable, but Perfect is just a bit too far away. I think that's why he was there, because he's like, oh, if they go on me, I press R, I press Q, Peter comes in. And
oh, the fake with the minion comes on in. Clear is dead again.
Clear having a bit of a rough one here in game 3, is constantly the focus of Peter. Taken out again.
This is what we're going to be looking for the next minute or so. A bit of a K-round. Nobody really wants to side lane in this one.
Kellen's the best engaged till he has flash and ult, right? But the split is too good.
Oh, Duckdom stands right in front of them. It's going to live, though. And now Diablo's got a big croc right on top of him. Nothing they can do to peel for him. Diablo goes down. Down goes Clear as well. And I think KT just has enough. Kellen going to be sniped. Double kill for BDD. And it should be enough here in this mid lane. The K-Ram doesn't last very long.
I mean, Duckdom is caught. He's in range of the flash engage from Kellen. But Kellen needs a multi-man engage. That one target isn't enough. That's the masterclass of this Tristana in the draft. You have so many other threats. They can't even kill Duckdom. It doesn't matter. The split is good for KT. After a rough start in game 1, they win 2 back-to-back to now go up match point in the series. A red side victory as well, bringing them back to side selection advantage here for the rest of the series. Nearly 20k in this game. Out damages Duckdom on this Sylas. There's the gold graph. Bit of a swing for BNK, but yeah, KT win that fight on Baron and win the game. Could have gone for some like insane scaling pick instead, but their draft is so set up by the Vi and the Nautilus that you want something that synergizes with that more than just raw damage or raw scaling in this draft.
All right, game number 4, BNK backs against the wall. KT took a very critical game number 3 that swung back and forth. Little flash hook might come out here from Peter if they really want to force this one. No, just going to be the heel hook, and that's going to force the flash here from Clear.
Yeah, they're flashing for this too. Duckdom hits the Q, but they don't have enough follow-up there. Doesn't go through champions.
That wasn't what Duckdom was looking for. It's kind of interesting that they've just left Diablo here. They're like, okay, well, Vikla's really struggling.
Vikla's like, I don't want any more of this.
We're just going to send Diablo there. And now Vikla is in a 1v2 himself and in a little bit of trouble. Going to flash away. There's the shockwave. Yes, we'll get the barrier out of Duckdom, but also had to burn his flash.
There was not a lot of vision for KT in that river, or I think Duckdom might have flashed on him and killed him, but he just doesn't have enough info to do that. Ult's going to commit.
Chain's going to come down, and the Syndra, not very mobile, in a lot of trouble, but the R does come out, and Cuz will be able to secure the kill, but now he's in a rough spot himself, has to flash Q out.
Clean flash Q, yeah, that was actually, I thought he was dead for sure.
Yeah.
Still going to be a huge wave lost from BDD. He's going to pick up all that money himself. So still going to be a huge wave lost from BDD. He's going to pick up all that money himself. So they get something out of it, but really nice setup there. Diablo hitting max range on the ult. The follow-up from Kellen was very quick on the Tom Kench. And this is the problem with Syndra. You're winning and you're pushing and you have the... Oh, a bit of a steal.
That looks like old Ezreal ults.
Yeah. Okay.
Stealing objectives.
They're still coming over here, by the way. Raptor has Smite. Doesn't have... Okay, there he goes.
Yeah. Smite it down. Peter is very ahead of his team. And so the scatter's going to come down. The engage. Tom Kent comes in, and Kellen's flashing in. BDD, no flash himself, and the goalie wall not going to land. Phase Rush OP gets him out.
And despite Clear not being very good at team fighting, they just get enough prio here, and he's good at hitting a dragon. That much he will do. And finally, at nearly 12 minutes into the game, that first mount will go over. Could have another Hextech Soul, crazy as it is.
Yeah. Or Chemtech, we could have that. Some very tech-heavy dragons available.
Yeah.
The Thunder Sky done here for Cuz. Got that first kill. And from there has skyrocketed into the lead. Big
angle.
Yeah, gonna go in. The Shockwave actually pretty good on a perfect, but eventually he just dies. Elects not to flash.
Oh, yeah, his flash wasn't up yet, I think, for like 3 more seconds.
Oh, wow.
And like that timing.
And then, of course, the bottom lane here for BNK ahead with a couple of kills on Diablo.
Perfect is going to be the target here. There's a lot of KT members coming down. They have to be fast. Shroud is down now.
Yeah, just going in. There's a couple of ults just thrown in a perfect, and Diablo going to last hit that one. Says thank you very much, team. Picks up his third kill.
Very clean and no real cross map for KT because they rushed over to try to defend this and failed. So they're all just kind of here to watch. And maybe we could even see a follow-up dive.
Got that nice hook onto the mini wolf.
Yeah, and then a missed Chains of Corruption to follow it up.
So yeah, you might be able to get that first target. I mean, I guess they have Gwen, who I kind of forgot about, but
she's melee,
they need to be in a good spot after they do get the pick to actually do the damage.
Exactly, because Diablo's going to do a ton. As Raptor's the target here.
Yeah, going on in. There's that pick. No chance as Kellen gets in.
They barely get him again. Like, he's chain CC'd. He can't go untargetable. Kellen's too late, and this is going to be Herald for KT.
Yeah, looks like Diablo's already going mid. And Bigla's like, well, can't do this alone. And a nice pick off here from KT, utilizing that composition to get even further ahead.
Diablo channeling that Q for a long time, sticking around. I got nervous for him. Gets the petals and gets out, truly. Cuz doesn't have his ult anymore, but it's the lone Yorick. Does have flash.
He's got his flash. He's got the maiden.
Teammates coming up.
The whole team is here. And the Nautilus goes into the Rift Trail. Doesn't have his ult. Cuz has to get in the Rift Trail, but it's just going to be smoked down. 69 health. And Cuz is going to get out just barely. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think they can catch him.
Nope.
He charges another Q and gets out. Diablo was trying to charge his own to lock him down, but maybe they can turn this into a turret take here on the top side. Empowered recall for Cuz. He's going to send him home quickly. This turret's pretty healthy, actually. That's a Gwen.
All right, they want to try to lock down this Nautilus as they can't quite do it. The exhaust is going to help out there big time.
Kwangdong looking for some extra damage here. It's actually quite a lot he gets. Even potentially stop some back. It's not going to.
Pretty insane what they have been able to get away with, I would say, in this game so far. And KT's comp from a lead is amazing because they can kill literally anybody. They will have the damage because of their lead. Peter is just dead.
Yeah, Peter can't kill literally anybody, but if they're all together, yeah, I agree with you, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he looks a little bit embarrassed after that one. Not sure exactly what was going on there, but
to set up vision around the dragon that spawns in 4 minutes. Nah, you wanted to help have vision for side lane.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Peter's never made a mistake in his life. So.
He is actually perfect. You might think perfect is the top laner for KT, but actually it's the support.
Perfect may just be a goner here.
Yeah, it might be. So we're going to have the mist come down, but the shockwave inside of it is going to help out quite a lot. Doing a bit of damage there to Raptor, not bad.
cross-map potential here. Looking for the Hex Flash. Looking for Kellen.
Ooh.
Just Kellen.
Just Kellen things.
2KT, they can put this Gwen because Gwen does such insane DPS, and they knew every single member of BNK, including the jungler, was topside. Perfect can just go on this alone while KT continue to contest Otacon. Did so much damage there in that last little exchange. And Diablo, that's so hurt that he's so battered and bruised, he needs to go home 100%. KT are like, thank you for Dragon. Cuz shows up just to press the D key and take it home.
To survive against potential Orianna combos. And now, they're just going to take Otacon. BNK seemingly have no idea. And the wave clear is there. Otacon comes down, Redemption utilized.
It's either a surprised look on Clear's face when it was taken, but I don't know where they thought Cuz and BDD were, but we're on Otacon, and down it goes. Freebie here for KT, giving them a pretty significant experience lead. Duck Dom the target.
Oh, Duck Dom in a bit of trouble, has to flash over the wall, but that's not going to stop Raptor as he goes super deep for that one. Ult to use on a Raptor, he continues in on a Peter, just trying to get away from this one, doesn't have his own flash, perfect on the Gwen. He's got a very nice angle with his needles, but he doesn't have any teammates. Finally, we are going to have Cuz come in, and the scatter on a 3 in the pit as Cuz sets it up and BDD knocks it down.
That's way too many members of BNK going in. Very deep there. Raptor trying to get the secondary ult onto Peter. It's in the wrong spot. Cuz takes his head off. Goes in for the re-engage. The follow-up scatter is phenomenal.
I think he's definitely the palm, and not just one of those recency bias palms either. He is just the player of the match.
Yeah, if you think about the most recent series he was in, I think, yeah, he did well in all of the games. Maybe not game one as much, but
nobody did there. They're trying to get on top of a Gwen. That's not working out. The Fury just disappears underneath the Gwen, and oh my god. Cuz is actually just an assassin vibe.
Yeah.
He's so fed and so strong.
Clear's just trying to hold the wave here, but I mean, this one does get through. Baron buffed up. And with the empowered cannon minion, they just eventually will siege this through. They don't even need that one. And keep it alive and actually look for that bottom inhibitor turret as well, as this is just a formality watching this one. Even if he lives, which he likely will die.
There, you might as well fight. Oh. Well, he's dead.
They are losing the base. This is the real story.
Ooh.
All right, well.
Yeah, well, that looked pretty cool, but
that's what we call a near hit.
Yeah.
Israel likes to call it that, actually.
It's still a 9,000 gold lead. It's still going to be Hextech Soul Point. And Cuz is free item buy and the strongest person on the Rift.
Yeah.
All right, we're ganking perfect.
And with the empowered cannon minion, they just eventually will siege this through. They don't even need that one. And keep it alive and actually look for that bottom inhibitor turret as well, as this is just a formality watching this one. Even if he lives, which he likely will die.
There, you might as well fight. Oh. Well, he's dead.
They are losing the base. This is the real story.
Ooh.
All right, well.
Yeah, well, that looked pretty cool, but
that's what we call a near hit.
Yeah.
Israel likes to call it that, actually.
It's still a 9,000 gold lead. It's still going to be Hextech Soul Point. And Cuz is free item buy and the strongest person on the Rift.
Yeah.
All right, we're ganking perfect. I mean, he is very alone.
Yeah, he is also very 200 gold bounty.
Yeah. He is very 200 gold bounty, that is for sure. 3v1, can they kill perfect is the answer, or the question rather, as the needles are insane, and now BDD and Peter are coming on over. They turned the fight around. The game was already over, but this really sealed the deal.
KT, phenomenal performance here in this final game, and Cuz, sure, he got seismic shoved and he was a ragdoll with Peter in game one, but for the rest of the series, this man took it into his own hands.
Oh boy. Yeah, Vikla, you see the rest of BNK, they're even sitting out of their seats at this point in time. They know the game is over. 30 minutes and KT get it done. A swift 3-1 victory from them. They forget all about game one and they take it down, and they will be moving on to face off against Gen.G. Most likely. We don't know who Gen.G has selected just yet.
The damage spread here pretty even across the board here for KT, just showcasing how much of a team effort it was. It was a close game, but they got control for just a moment, and then you can see that gold explosion there at the end.